On today's Two on Your Side Town Hall, ready to vote. Big developments in the local Starbucks union battle. We're going to get some perspective from a local expert on labor relations.
Plus, 4 weeks away. The folks at Holiday Valley have an opening date. We're going to chat with them about what to expect on the slopes this year.
And it's about time to squish the fish. We'll have Vic Carucci here live tonight to talk about the Bills and the Dolphins and the game this Sunday in Orchard Park.
We are glad you're with us. We're going to start with this tonight. Buffalo is making a lot of national headlines this week with all the attention focused on our mayor's race and now a potentially history-making move for organized labor.
3 Western New York Starbucks stores are one step closer now to possibly becoming the first among 8,000 nationwide to unionize. Supporters want a victory with the National Labor Relations Board ruling, finding that 3 stores will be able to vote separately on this union issue. Now, the company wanted all 20 stores here in our region to vote as a whole in a single election. That's something that critics said would have basically hurt the effort.
Instead, the board decided that there will be separate elections that will happen for workers at the 3 stores by mail-in ballot between November 10th and December 8th. The votes will be counted the day after that voting period ends.
In all, 128 local employees are impacted by this. Today's supporters called this an amazing victory.
It's been an interesting couple of months. Corporate has come in and essentially tried to have successfully disrupted almost every aspect of our operations. And it's been a little bit frustrating to say the least, but it's also been a triumph. And we're excited to move on to the next step.
Now, Starbucks opposes unionization, and a spokesperson said the company is now evaluating its options.
So that leaves open the possibility that the company may appeal. We'll keep you posted.
Let's discuss now with Professor Fred Floss, chair of the Economics and Finance Department at Buff State College. Professor, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And let's start here. What is the significance of this being a vote in just the 3 stores rather than that region-wide vote that Starbucks wanted?
Well, the makeup of the 3 stores in downtown Buffalo, they're probably a little bit younger voters who are more likely to probably vote for the union as opposed to what Starbucks wanted, which was to make it a much bigger area. The other thing is it'll be easier for the union to organize the smaller group than having to go out to 20 or 30 stores and try to do it all at once.
Yeah, and Professor, if this passes, what sort of impact would you expect there to be, both on the employees at those individual stores and also on customers and kind of the general public?
Well, I think that if this is the first step towards unionizing all of Starbucks, so there's a lot at stake here. We know that Spot Coffee was just unionized in Buffalo a few months ago. So you can see that the union saw that and chose Buffalo to be the place to unionize. So I would suspect once Buffalo was unionized that you would see similar movements in Rochester, Syracuse, and then all through New York and then the rest of the country.
And meanwhile, this comes amid a lot of other strikes and labor shortages going on around the country. Is this, do you think, part of a larger trend of workers just trying to assert themselves more?
Well, I think the pandemic took workers that are on the front line, like baristas, who are listening to customers who haven't been very nice. Their jobs have gotten to be a lot more difficult, and they're getting upset. And they're turning to their managers for help, and they're not getting it. So they're now turning to unions to say, we need work rules, we need protection so that we're not being abused.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we'll see what the far-reaching impacts of this could be. We know that this is getting coverage all over the country and even in other parts of the world, as this would be the first for Starbucks-owned stores to be doing this. We'll continue to follow it. Professor Fred Floss is chair of the Economics and Finance Department at Buff State. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. It was fun.